My name is Kemi and welcome to my YouTube channel. On this platform, we'll be talking about faith, love, hope, courage, and positive mental awareness. And I'm very hopeful that in the course of our conversation together, you'll be mind blown. You would desire to be the best version of yourself. That's my greatest desire. And so this is like officially my first video on YouTube. But then, before I just go right into it, I will also encourage you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, share it, share this content, like, comment, let me even know your own opinion, right? I mean, that's going to be very cool. Okay, so today we'll be talking about what to do when you are anxious, and that's for people who go through serious of anxiety in the course of their day, in the course of their week, in the course of the month or in the year, and they don't know what to do, they don't know how to get themselves out of that feeling. So what are the things you're going to do? But before then, let's even check let's see the definition of anxiety, right? So anxiety is an emotion that is characterized by feelings of tension, excessive nervousness, fear, apprehension, and worry. And that's literally like the symptoms of anxiety. You'll be worried, you'll be nervous, you'll be so fearful, you'll be so apprehensive. And truth be told, these feelings rather, they aren't cool, because it leaves people restless, and then they just be like, okay, you know what, I hate this feeling and I don't want to do anything. I'll just want to just stay in my shell and just pause my life. But we're gonna know what to do when we have such feelings. But however, there is a fun fact about anxiety, and that is anxiety is normal and it's a healthy emotion. Can you believe that? It's actually a healthy emotion. It's just that in the course of what we go through every day, we just feel that okay, anxiety is not cool, and that's why we want to find a way to get rid of it. But then, if looking at its natural form, it's very, very healthy. And this actually taking me to talking about the types of anxiety. I made it. I just want to say types of anxiety just for us to understand what we're doing. So there are two types of anxiety. There's the positive anxiety and there's the negative anxiety, right? So the positive anxiety, that is the part where I talked about it being normal and healthy. Now, for the positive anxiety, it's supposed to keep you motivated. It's supposed to help you be at the top of the game. It's supposed to stretch you to your full potential. And here, there's an example. I want you to understand the reason why I know that there is positive anxiety right now. Imagine if you have a presentation to pitch your product or service as a salesperson to a prospective client, then it's very normal for your heart to race. It's very normal for your hands to feel sweaty. It's very normal for you to like feel restless, because this is like a big deal. You want to just be your best and make sure that at the end of the presentation, the deal is open. I don't want to say closed. It's open, like open for business. So it's really normal for you to feel that way, because you are trying to make sure that you present very well, that your presentation goes very well. So anxiety is normal in that aspect. Another example is maybe let's think about the fact that you're in the forest. Now you're in the forest alone and it's dark, and then just hear the snake hiss around you. Now the natural instinct for you is to run for safety, and that is another thing about positive anxiety. It gives us signal to run away from danger. So you see why it's positive. So you just want to just leave that environment so that you would not be bitten by a snake, or hear a lion roar. The thing that comes to your head, you're apprehensive, like you're fearful. You want to just leave that environment because you don't want the lion to swallow you up. So that kind of anxiety is very positive. It saves you. It makes you run away from danger, and it gets you to be prepared. It gets you motivated, because you wouldn't want to lose the deal. You want someone to, or a particular client, a prospective client, to buy to your idea. So it is very, very normal in that aspect, right? So for the negative anxiety, now the negative anxiety, that is what most people are going through right now and didn't know how to get themselves out of it. The negative anxiety gives you an illusion of danger when there is no danger. That's it. So when you begin to feel like there is danger when there's actually no danger, then that is negative anxiety, and you need to do something very fast. Now, I was talking to a friend of mine earlier this week, and she told me that the first time she literally experienced anxiety was when she just gave birth to a child, and she was sitting, And then she just looked at the child, and then the thought that came to her mind was, what if I sleep and don't wake up? Who's going to take care of my child? And immediately she began to feel restless. Over the weeks turned to month turned to years. So she literally was living an anxious life, and it wasn't a good thing for her at all. And now this is one thing about negative anxiety, and that is the point I want to really stress on now. Negative anxiety leads to avoidance, or let me say, negative anxiety breeds avoidance. What do I mean? Now, when people experience negative anxiety or like the positive anxiety, it makes you want to be better. It makes you want to smash that presentation and get that client to buy to your service or your product. But negative anxiety will avoid you, will prevent you from working hard, from pushing, from getting a contract, from it to prevent you from starting the project, and that is not good. Now imagine what happens when you have a vision about you doing something, and because you really want to do it, fear creeps into your heart. You think that there is danger that if you start this particular project, you're going to fail, or nobody's going to buy your idea, or you think that nobody deserves to listen to you, or who are you for people to listen to you? Yeah, that's the word. That you aren't qualified to do this particular assignment or do this particular task, and then you'll be like, you know what, I'm not going to do this. It avoids you. If I can use that word, it prevents you from taking a step to do what you're supposed to do. And we have to stop that. We have to get hold of this emotion, this toxic emotion, and throw it in the trash can. And there's actually something we can do about that. So what I want you to know is that negative anxiety prevents you from doing that task, from fulfilling your dreams. You just get too restless because you feel like nobody deserves to hear you. Nobody would want to listen to you, or nobody would want to hear you because you're not qualified in the first place to be able to do such thing, or to start such project, or to think that big. Nobody deserves to hear you. So before I go to what you can do to stop this form of anxiety once it starts troubling you, I want you to know one thing about each, about the positive anxiety and negative anxiety. For the positive anxiety, what triggers it is events, or events or circumstances. So for instance, the circumstance here is that we are in the forest, and so we hear the snake hiss or the lion roar. So because of that event or that circumstance, you just need to run away for safety. So that is an event that's triggered that anxiety, and that's why you're all sweaty, your heart is beating, you're so fearful because you want to keep yourself safe. But for the negative anxiety, what triggers it is thoughts, or our thoughts. It just randomly, you just be sitting down and the thought just comes in. Not necessarily an event, it's just thoughts. And you know that once your thought is messed up, your output will be messed up. Once you don't have a healthy thought, there is no how you can breed a successful and live a successful life. Once your thought is messed up, your life output will be messed up. So for negative anxiety, the negative thought comes in. What if I die? What if my investment, crumbles? What if I sleep and don't wake up? What if? Just this negative thought coming on you, like, and making you feel like you can't do anything, or if you know you try to do something, it's not going to work. So that's it. That's difference. The positive anxiety is triggered by events, while the negative anxiety is triggered by negative thoughts. So we need to watch our thoughts. We need to watch what we think, so that we can be able to do that task, we can be able to do that assignment, we can be able to start, to begin to work on that vision that God has placed in our heart. So what do you do when you feel anxious? Just two things I will share. Number one, rewire your mindset. Rewire your mindset. Change your mindset. The mindset will be for negative anxiety, it will be like, you can't do this. Nobody will want to hear you because you feel you're not qualified. You can now change your mindset and be like, you know what? Even if people would not want to hear me, I will do it anyways. Even if I feel like I can't do this, I'm going to do it anyways. It's just you changing your mindset from I can do it to I can do it. That is just it. Yes, it might require a lot of practice, but the more you do that, the more you have the morale or the guts and the willingness to do what you're supposed to do. So change your mindset, and changing your mindset is actually called neuroplasticity, right? This is when your mindset helps your brain respond differently from the initial thought of negativity that you can't do it, right? So just change your mindset. The second thing I want to the second way that you can, what you can actually do to avoid negative anxiety is just do it. Do it. Face your fears. So now negative anxiety will be like, I can't do this, so I'm going to close all the projects. I'm going to not want to do anything. Because if I do anything, I'll fail. Nobody's going to hear me. I'm not qualified for it. You just go right ahead and do it. Go into action. Just start. Once your mindset is changed, you don't need to just sit and not do anything. All you need to do is just start. So because you've worked on your mindset, your output will actually, your action will actually change. Now, my professor in school used to tell us that it says that if the risk is greater than the reward, that's the risk of starting a project or doing whatever. If the risk is greater than the reward, then you don't go for it. But if the reward is greater than the risk, then go for it. So what is that thing you're supposed to do and anxiety is trying to make you not do it? Ask yourself, is the reward greater than the risk? Ask yourself, how many lives will be changed by what I want to do? Or how many people can you help because of that project I want to do? Think about you, the fact that you will also be fulfilling purpose and you will also be living a happy life. That reward, don't you think it's okay for it to just take that step even though you don't feel like doing it? Think about the reward connected to the project. Think about the reward connected to the task. Think about the reward connected to the assignment and go for it. Just do it. Even though you don't feel like doing it. Even though your heart is saying, your mind is saying, nobody's gonna accept what you're doing. Just do it. In the process of doing it, you get better, and then you realize that at the end of the day, there was no danger at all. There's no need to. There was actually no need to even fear, because you know that you are capable of jumping the hurdles on your way to being the best version of yourself. So that's it. Two things: rewire your mindset and go right ahead and do what you thought you couldn't do. So I really hope this video helps, right? Please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I have an information I will definitely share in the course of the week, but I'd like to stop here. And trust me, I'll bring a lot of practical, I'll have a lot of conversations with people, and trust me, we are going to live, we would live, or how would I put it, I would love to see us be the best version of ourselves. Don't let anxiety or any form of toxic emotion stop you from living. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Bye.